One.
Hello and welcome to Plat Overwatch, the very special episode. We've all come together for this. We've assembled. Episode 119. It's the award show episode.
What the hell is up with the Johnny? Are you like inside of your camera? Like you look fucking large.
Yes, I am.
You're just a big human.
You got so much chest hair showing as well. We'll get demonetized.
He looks like the 70s.
He looks like an extra from Anchorman.
Yeah.
What's Anchorman?
The movie.
What's Anchorman?
I've never watched that
What's
movie.
Anchorman?
Yeah,
that's
a
like
movie.
the only funny
Is
Will
it
Ferrell
still
movie.
available?
You know the Ron Burgundy guy?
Yeah, I've seen the GIFs. I have never seen the movie.
Yeah. It's
He's like the
Worth a
Swedish
watch.
Ron Burgundy. They made a Swedish Anchorman for like $30,000 and they started Reinforce.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, we've all dressed up as well. I want to show off our fits before we jump into the awards giving out and everything else. Starting with Matt. We spent about 45 minutes trying to get Matt to find a suit jacket. And he kept saying, I don't have one, I don't want to wear one. I'm like, Matt, we're not starting until you
my
fucking...
beautiful wife
Can you
bought
show
me this because she
show
would
off your
hate
full
it.
fit? Show off your full fit.
Yeah,
Stand up for us.
absolutely. Hold on. I have a dog on my lap.
Who are you
as well.
wearing?
I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
What kind of sweatshirt is that?
It's
wearing
it's
Breckenridge.
Colorado.
Breckenridge, Colorado. Shout out to Breckenridge, Colorado.
What do you
I
mean?
got sweatpants that match it as well. See,
You got a full like prison suit on, mate.
Yeah, shout out to Breckenridge,
It looks
Colorado.
like you go to the Breckenridge Penitentiary.
And then
You've
this
been locked away.
jacket, I don't know whose jacket this is.
Yours.
I've never seen it. It's in my
He
closet.
stole like Doa's jacket from Overwatch League Season 1 or something. He just went and nicked the wardrobe.
I mean, mate, this feels like it. It's like cardboard. Whoever made this.
Johnny, can you show off your fit as well?
Yeah, I mean, I just got the classic mustard shirt here. There's no like real color on it. I don't know if this is a new kind of dress shirt where there's like no color.
It's like a Pope shirt.
Yeah. I've
Pope
seen
wears
styles
stuff
like that.
And I got the 70s, 60s
It's
jacket.
looking good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You
So,
think he looks better than me?
feels kinda clean.
Yes. Yeah, Johnny's
Sorry,
looking
question,
good.
mate.
Good.
Josh,
What do you mean?
your lighting's so bad, yours looks good.
Well, yeah, mine originally when I sit down doesn't look too bad, but the problem is I'm in the UK, so obviously I don't have any of my own clothes. So I said to my dad, "What's the biggest suit that you have?" And he's not a particularly large bloke, so this suit isn't really the best fitting thing in the world. It's
Can you button it?
Don't rip his.
Dude, he looks like a young Professor Xavier from X-Men.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lex Luthor again, but yeah, I mean you could go with any sort of notable bold character from media.
It
got
looks
my
like you just
popcorn
came
now.
home from a funeral.
That's oats.
Oh, you got the oats too?
Why do you have a bag of
Got my
oats?
popcorn.
You're just eating
Hey,
it.
you said I look like I'm in prison, and you're in this like one orange-walled room eating oats.
Yeah, I've got my popcorn. I'm ready for the awards show. Bring it
Okay,
on.
Well, before we get into it as well, I want to just talk about my fit. I don't
that's
have
beautiful.
many. I don't know. I tried to find a comically large blazer. I couldn't find one, but I do have my leopard print shirt as well, which didn't really get much usage. I think that was
It's
from
Hot
the
Topic
Overwatch.
running a sale, Bren.
Oh,
This was
damn.
from the Overwatch League wardrobe they sent me, which I
Oh.
think was like second hand from Mitch
That's
from
phenomenal.
2019. And I
Yeah,
also
that's
have
beautiful.
my JoJo headband that I have fashioned into a tie.
I
So
was
it's not
wondering
actually
what
a-
that was because it's
not
clearly
actually-
not a tie.
And
not
you
a
guys,
tie.
I'm the only one who matches. I have a top
Matches.
and
Not really.
bottom that match.
I love Brent's suit. It looks like he's ready for the electric pussycat. Let's go, man.
I'm
You got
ready.
a place close, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
did, yeah.
I think it closed
There's a
down years
bar
ago.
by my house. There was an Austin Powers bar. I never went, but
Oh, I got really fucked up there once. Yeah.
it's a great story.
No more details.
Okay.
Is that it? Is that the end of the story, mate?
Yeah. Let's just leave it at that.
I was waiting for more details, but let's get started with the show.
I was going to say that wasn't the time where Bren thought he was going to jump in the pool at the 100 Thieves place, gave his keys to Josh, and then showed up on Johnny's couch. And then,
oh yeah, I couldn't get in.
Locked yourself out of your apartment.
I locked myself because I didn't bring my keys with me. Yeah, God,
Yeah.
I'm never getting invited to a 100 Thieves house party ever again.
I don't even know if you were invited to that one.
I wasn't. No, I just turned up.
I don't think you were.
I just turned up at the door and they were like, "Who the fuck are you?" Just mega lol. What the hell? Oh yeah, that's it. We're talking about. There's only one piece of real notable news as far as I'm aware, unless we get cursed and there's news that comes out while we're recording it. But Sean Miller posted a tweet detailing that all of the Overwatch League teams have signed the 5-player minimum by January the 3rd. So there's no teams that don't have 5 players signed. Any teams that haven't announced yet, they just haven't got around to announcing it, I suppose. But yeah. Probably waiting. Yeah.
Mostly New York and Philly, I think, are the two teams that people are waiting on the announcements of the most. Because I think New York only have Flora at the moment, who's actually officially on their team. So, or rather, is announced to be on their team. They literally do have 5, because otherwise Sean would be lying, which is not a great way to start the year.
No, I have a sheet that can confirm that Sean is not lying. Because even I was like, oh, I'm curious. I was like, do they? And then I looked, I was like, oh, they do. That's cool.
Wow.
But obviously,
you should leak it.
No, this is not the if we were playing a game of cards at the Philly house, maybe, but not here.
Yeah. So that was
I understand why we added a Vast to this show, because with the 4 of us, we get absolutely nothing done.
We're gonna get stuff done, starting with this, the next big sponsor.
Oh,
Champria.gg. If you don't know who they are, now you know. Because I'm not about to explain it, but Josh is going to explain it. So Josh,
I'm going to explain it, because
take it away.
I like this sponsor. This is who. What? Sorry.
Use this quite a lot, Sideshow. So,
mate, my Overwatch career is going nowhere. This is for people who actually have aspirations of improving. A lot of people who play and watch our podcast are involved to some degree in like scrimming, right? You maybe have a team, it's like a diamond level or a masters level team. Maybe you don't want to go pro, but you're interested in playing and getting better as your team. Well, Champria is a platform to help you do that. And they're sponsoring this episode of our podcast. It's essentially, it helps teams and players find scrims. It helps teams find players to recruit as well. So it has like a scrim finding tool and a player recruitment tool. But they just released version 3 of their platform, and it includes this data analysis kind of stuff. So it's data visualization. So we actually played a game on Lijiang Tower. We played a scrim. It's like inside their workshop code, so that you get this like little text file that you can upload, or you can run the scrim through their platform as well. But we chose to do it outside because they just were in beta while we were doing this. And so it gives you this like text file, and Kurt's already pre-prepared one here on Lijiang Tower. So this is a scrim with the 4 of us. Who else was in the scrim? Do you guys remember?
The names are there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. Okay.
It's a lot of my stream viewers.
Wait, how many deaths did Sideshow have?
No, okay. All right, I want to explain.
111 deaths.
Let me explain this.
He broke records.
I knew we had this
millions.
I knew we had this sponsored segment coming up, and so I decided, wouldn't it be funny if I decided to try and manipulate the logs to make myself look amazing? And so I tweaked the numbers and just gave myself 111 deaths, which that wasn't exactly what I was trying to do.
Yeah, alts. You actually have exceeded as well the alts used out of the ones you've gained. You used 7 alts and you only earned 6. So
he was playing Echo. He was playing Echo. Yeah,
that wasn't exactly what we were after, but my impact score, it's looking pretty good. Anyway, this data visualization lets you look at deeper analytics than you would be able to get if you were just trying to, I don't know, look at gold medals at the end of the game or whatever.
Are you using a focus?
It's the kind of thing that. What's right?
Are you using a focus, right?
No, I'm not. I'm using my H6.
Okay, I was wondering. Your voice went very deep.
Oh no, it's just because I'm a man. I don't know whether you're aware of that, but I've got a manly man voice, so. You wouldn't be aware.
It sounded like you were pretending to go through puberty.
The first thing I think of when I think of Sideshow is testosterone. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
I think
as I got to the UK, just more testosterone. Hiking,
I want to see. Listen, I'm getting away from this because I'm not comfortable with you guys analyzing my testosterone levels. Who did Matt feed? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, check if I fed.
Well,
no,
look at the proper logs. Can we look at the proper
Positive.
logs on the second map. So these are the actual logs where Josh tried to tamper with it. Matt actually didn't feed. I don't think.
I
Yeah,
was
but how many
popping,
deaths
yo, what's my
overall?
impact score? What's my impact score compared to
Yo,
everybody
Johnny
else?
kind of feeding 15
Yeah, I did
deaths. What are
feed.
you doing?
I mean,
Yeah, I did feed. I had to leave for an appointment, so I just charged into the back line and tried to get the work done. But space fader, I suppose.
yeah, really.
I got good hero
reliving this.
damage.
who's that? Who's in the middle with the big purple line? Who's doing all that? Oh,
The damage dealt.
I
What were
didn't
you
even
playing?
know that was me, and it was me.
Hold on, what was your
He was
impact
playing-
score though? 41 according to what was mine? 42. Wow, I saw. Okay, so I mean, you hit it
Who's
here
the
first.
big red line? Who's that big red line? That's the impact score. That's their own
Jimino
stat.
Curse.
Jimino,
One of my
are they
viewers.
good?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
According to the statistics, they should be an owl.
Yeah, apparently. Well, if they can beat up on us, they should be an owl. If they can beat Mr.X and reinforce, whoa, that's powerful.
Yeah, the corpse of reinforces hands.
It's a pretty
too
cool
old
system, though.
Yeah, this is sweet.
So, who trolled our games? Look at the lowest impact score, okay? I want to boil it all down to one number, which this website
Get
lets me do. Get Deluxe trolled our game, and who was on the other team? Was it Zach? Zach trolled our game. All right, you've been
Zach.
roasted. You've been officially
I mean,
outed as
Listen,
feeders.
go easy on my viewers. I'm pretty
This
sure
is awesome, though.
it is cool.
Because with World of Warcraft, right? There's like Warcraft logs, which you can kind of like analyze fights and do a
Yeah.
lot of this type of stuff with like deeper stats and look into cooldowns and all that type of stuff. Where Overwatch, this would be a perfect tool for like teams and players to be able to go deeper into stats and be able to analyze stuff.
Yeah, and they've just launched this platform as well with this data visualization. So their developers are very open to feedback too if you have things that you particularly are looking for. And part of the attraction for this from my point of view is that they're very invested in trying to help like make their platform really good for Overwatch, which a lot of there's a lot of great things out there for bigger games like CS or Valorant or something like that. But Overwatch doesn't necessarily get this kind of attention from a developer who's looking to create something awesome. So that's why we wanted to promote them here as well. They seem pretty cool. Go and check them out. If you've got a team that's in Diamond Masters, whatever, go play a scrim on there, upload some data, see what you like, see what you don't like, give them some feedback, and enjoy. That's champria.gg.
Yep, it's pretty cool. I'm a big stats
Yeah, very
nerd.
cool.
I
Yeah,
like
very cool
analyzing the numbers and seeing what
they
went
can
wrong.
grow this so much as well, Like,
Yeah.
what if, about you can hire like Overwatch coaches and stuff, like Fiverr, Overwatch coaches and stuff.
Are you looking for a new job, mate?
What kind of what kind of shit is this?
Just like someone to break down your stats and be like, this is what you're doing wrong.
Hey, this would be cool. You could just hire somebody off the street to look at it and tell you like, hey, yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah,
like
but
I
even
don't
more legit, like hire a coach to break down your Champria data. Like they can grow a lot, man. They're a young platform. They're just getting started.
Yeah, you can hire
It's like a
somebody
great
on
project.
Cameo to read off your Champria data.
You could hire
Man,
Mitch.
I think Champria is badass, okay? I'm
Yeah.
really psyched for them. I'm looking
is
forward
cool.
to see what they can do in the Overwatch space, with Overwatch 2 especially. It's going to be great.
All right, it's time to move on to the part that everybody's been waiting for. This is a very prestigious event. It's an annual thing. We do it every year, and it's time for the Plat Chat Overwatch Award Show. Remember when we did it last year, guys? How fun was it? I mean,
Did
going
we do
over
it last year?
going over the entire year. I
I think
yeah.
we did, yeah.
Did we?
We did.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
Rascal
no,
round.
we genuinely did.
Oh, I was
We
trying to make a
also-
joke.
No, we've seriously done it every year. It's just that no one ever remembers it because, as we learned last week, you guys have the brains of Swiss cheese. I mean, there's just holes riddled through them everywhere. You've got termites in your brains. We did it the original year when we had that Four Heads Plat Chat live show in Philly.
Yeah, maybe we did. I can't really remember. But without further ado, I want to get started with this this show here as well. And a little sneak peek as well at this. We do have a live studio audience as we're going to be announcing this. Very professional setup, so you guys can look forward to this one. And I'm going to get the first award underway. So if you give me one moment.
Well, does he even tell us what the first award is?
Well, I'm looking at the lower third, and Kurt's got our back. It's best highlight of the year.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't be an esports award show, right? If he didn't read off 30 sponsors when he got to the podium, right? Wouldn't be. Start rattling off, Honda. Who else is in? Who else is in?
Toyota.
Toyota. Yeah, they're all in. Yep.
Yeah.
Audi,
Lexus.
Volvo.
Shut up.
They're all in.
The city of Austin. The city of Breckenridge.
All right, we're not supposed to talk with this. We're not supposed to talk with this, Matt. Matt, shh.
Simmer down. Simmer down. Please, silence. Welcome to the 2021 Plat Overwatch Award Show. Everybody's been waiting for it, starting with our first award to be given out. It's the best highlight of the year, starting with our nominees. The Lip EMP, Assassin EMP, the Chansix Celebration, Shu versus the Shock on Havana, and the Shu Batiste Domination. And the winner is, of the best highlight of the year, Shu Batiste Domination.
I voted for that one.
Shut up. So well deserved.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So well deserved.
That's a good award.
Why were there? Yeah, there were two shoe options. Which of them won?
The Shu Batiste
so the
Domination.
Shu Batiste, Shu versus the Shock was the one where he jumped up on the high ground at the end and knocked the Shock out.
Oh, yeah.
And this one was his just the ridiculous play. I mean, but this one has to win, right? Because what was it during the end of the Countdown Cup? Like, not only is it an incredibly impactful match, but it's just an individualistic moment when Overwatch has one every 100 days. It feels
but
like
also,
sometimes
it's just like in the perfect moment. Yeah. It's the game that wins. It's the play that wins them the game and the series and the tournament. I mean,
it's so good.
And it's this good. It's up there with best plays ever in Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the EQO Dragon Blade, right?
Except they lost that map.
Yeah, except they won. Yeah.
Fuck. Well, I was trying.
I know what you mean.
Well,
though.
the play was similar. It was that epic.
In terms of the stakes of it, in terms of the fight being lost, it's so rare in Overwatch. I think this is one of the cool things about Overwatch as like an esports is that those moments, they are defined and you can just easily pinpoint it as one of the best plays, one of the best highlights of the entire year, because it's the kind of game where so much boils down to the team play aspect that Shu just absolutely popped off. This is such a weird setup. I'm essentially operating.
Who is that award? Who is that award brought to us by?
Me.
Okay.
Are you looking for you're looking for me to?
He's looking for a sponsor. I think.
Sponsors.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for us to shout out sponsors for free. I mean, like Lucio O's. It was brought to you by Lucio O's.
Dude,
yeah.
Matt's been out of the industry too long. He's got behind that office job. He's forgotten how this works. We're not just shouting out sponsors willy-nilly. It was an insane highlight. Should we get on to our next award?
I don't know. You're the host.
Okay. Well, I am the host, but I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it a little. Okay, whatever. Anyway, our next award is Most Underrated Player of the Year. Give me 1 second. Now for the Most Underrated Player of the Year. Your nominees are Muse, Fate, FD God, Fielder, Vestola, and Kai. And the winner of the Most Underrated Player of the Year goes to Fate.
I voted for him.
You did? Why?
Yep, because he didn't win Roll Star, and he was one of the best tanks we had the entire year. He defined the meta for the second half of the year. Best Wrecking Ball, hands down. You could make an argument he was the best tank of the year. Didn't win Roll Star, snubbed generally. I get him in there. The community still is not on board with the Fate supremacy.
I mean, I thought he was consensus rated pretty highly amongst the tanks this year.
Then he would have won top 4 tanks of the year, wouldn't he?
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
We literally have a vote to establish consensus with the fans, and they chose him as maximum 5th best of the year. That's not good enough.
yeah, I guess that's like underrating him, right?
Yeah.
I think
considering
I
how
voted
important
for
he was.
Ty.
I mean, considering how important he was to their win over the Fuel and the disruption that he was giving to Fearless. Fearless, one of the most impactful players, almost like the centerpiece of the Fuel when they're playing. Yeah, I ended up voting for Fate as well, even though I nominated different players.
Who did you vote for, Johnny?
I just voted for the people I nominated. I mean, I
What?
didn't change my votes. No, I voted from Muse.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah. Didn't Fate have a bit of a face where he like fed? He was like the worst player on Shanghai. Am I misremembering that?
When was that?
I think wasn't it like a lot of he was playing like a lot of Winston like in the middle of the season or like early?
even when he didn't look like incredible, he was still very good. I don't think there was a period this year where he fed. There's been periods in
why
the
I'm
past
asking,
where he's
though.
definitely fed.
All right.
Not that I recall, anyway. He's played a
Okay.
pretty solid game. I mean, it's not like he was the best Winston in the league. He certainly wasn't, but he kind of ran the league on Wrecking Ball this year, which ended up being insanely important.
I voted for him for All-Star, so you know, I appreciate him. I
As did I.
appreciate him. Yeah.
There you go. We're just righting the wrongs somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that we hold more sway over the community than anyone could ever possibly imagine. The power we wield is unbelievable at the Plat Overwatch office in terms of the decision making on who really people pay attention to when it comes to the awards. Should we get on with the next one? The personal favorite player of the year award. This is a big one, an important one.
Also, when you were holding up the card, have you got the person written on the back who wins?
No.
Because it looked like it.
I put the nominations, on the back of the card.
Okay, you're really smart. I thought Bren was dumb and had put the spoiler on the back.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I'm not
but
dumb.
You know, you don't want
He
to.
doesn't know. This is all secret.
You don't
He
want a
has no
Steve
idea.
Harvey incident, right? You know,
You're
where
back.
he announces the wrong person.
exactly, I could see Bren doing that. Got a green eyebrow.
Settle down, settle down. We all enjoying ourselves?
Yeah.
How are the drinks? Good. How's the food?
Good. Bad.
Oh, I
tomato.
see you there. It's time to announce the 2021 personal favorite player of the year for the Plat Overwatch Award Show. The nominees are Pelican, Lip, Fate, Super, Space, and Sparkle. And the winner of the personal favorite player of the year is Pelican.
God, the crowd went crazy.
They
I mean,
went
the crowd just
bonkers.
lost it then.
That was unbelievable.
Pelican truly the people's favorite for sure.
I voted for Pelican.
So did I. Yeah.
Who did you vote? Josh definitely voted for Lip.
I'm a Lip stan, but also I'm not mad at all that Pelican won. He was so fun to watch, but also just the whole narrative at the end of the year around him having a punctured lung and then being able to still perform at his top level. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he surpassed everybody's expectations by a pretty sizable margin last year, and he was just so fun to watch. I think, like you mentioned, what was we were talking earlier, like this is like before the season started, between Pelican and somebody else, I think, for Rookie of the Year. Who was?
Washington's Tank.
Mag. We were talking like
Yeah.
Mag or
Mag was
Pelican.
pretty up there.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about the what was it, DPS for Boston, I believe, because they just
no.
yes, because they had just won the experimental thing and he looked sick. We were talking about him early on. This is like the big before the season began, but yeah, no, Pelican definitely outperformed all of them.
It was crazy as well. There's his first year. Like he feels like a staple of the Overwatch League because he had such a presence on the Atlanta Reign and he contributed so much to their results. I always feel like Pelican is like a staple DPS player within the league alongside, like, well, obviously like Profit is in a league of his own, and Sparkle, some of those guys, but like Pelican is like a name that very much like comes to your head.
He's actually, he reminds me a lot of Yaki, because we knew he'd be great coming into the league. He performed incredibly. And then even after Yaki's had a poor year, even if Pelican had, not even a poor year, sorry, but he played on a team that had a poor year, even if that happened to Pelican, you would still have, or at least I feel like I would still have faith in him, because he's just been that good individually. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can see the guy has talent, incredible amounts of talent.
Yeah.
He's dominating in this clip.
Yeah, he's
absolutely dominating.
He's just incredible. Like, he's kind of like I think the Yaki comparison was really good, Josh. It's like the future of what damage dealers look like in Overwatch moving forward. Like, being able to play pretty much everything at an incredibly high level, switch all the time, make these like big individual plays, this swing fights. Like, I really feel like him and somebody like Yaki gonna set the bar pretty high going into Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
there you have it. Yeah,
I don't have much to say on it because I didn't vote for Pelican, but I can understand why.
Who did you vote for?
I think I voted for. Who did I vote for, Kurt?
Just putting him on the spot.
Well, I can look it up. I'm pretty sure it was Super, but
you're a little Super stan.
Yeah, I'm a tier 3 sub.
Just trying to get those hosts.
Oh my, that was a big year for Super.
Trying to get those hosts.
It was
as Tifa, like a lot of good things going for him this year. So
yeah.
Okay. Moving on to the next award, which is it's a big one. Storyline of the year.
Ooh. I do love a narrative.
What do you think of the Wheel of Time, Josh?
Shite. I mean, the book's amazing, but
And now it's time for the 2021 favorite storyline of the year. The nominees are as follows: Hongzhou Sparks' Revolving Door of Coaches, Assassin's Sombra and Washington's Woes, Gladiators winning the Countdown Cup, and the Shanghai Dragons winning the Overwatch League of 2021. And the winner of the favorite storyline of the year goes to... We've never had this before.
A tie?
It's a tie. Shanghai wins Owl and Gladiators win the Countdown Cup. It's a tie. It's a tie.
Wait, didn't we have 5 people vote?
What? How did that happen? We had us 4 who are here on the show, and then a vast. No, somebody must have voted for something different? What occurred, Brennan?
No, because exactly.
I don't know how the votes
2-2-1.
But it was probably 2-2-1.
Something funky. Listen,
who voted for the weird one?
Avast voted for Assassin Sombra.
Avast is...
I mean...
What a masochist.
Clap.
Unbelievable.
Actual Vega clap.
I voted for Dragons.
If you're voting for Dragons winning Owl, I mean, that is such a normie storyline. I'm sorry. That is absolutely
That's how you know Matt's a corporate drone. When he's excited by the Dragons winning Owl 2021.
Grandma reads the Daily Mail and believes that a team that went 0-40 won. Like, actual filth storyline, that one.
I'm not saying I was excited by it. I thought it was cool, though. They kind of dropped the spaghetti last year, and then they bounced back with a new tank, and they won this year. I was like, that's cool.
The spaghetti, they dominated APAC and finished third.
Yeah, they fucking floundered in the playoffs. They fucking dropped the goop in the playoffs.
I just couldn't, I love the Gladiators. Kevster is sick, Space, Birdring. But it felt a bit cherry-picky to be like, I really love that one team winning that one stage where Dallas and Shanghai didn't try.
Well, who the hell did you vote for?
I went with Shanghai.
I went with the Gladiators.
It's major,
laughing at me while I defend it, and then he's like, I took it too.
They won the league title. Great franchise milestone.
Kurt, can you rewind that clip to the point where the Shanghai Dragons win. The pinnacle, the peak, the moment at which the storyline is completed, the finale, the ending, the climax. Show us the climax, Kurt. Oh, look at this. Shanghai Dragons have won.
They were like, it's fucking easy.
Yeah.
They went
That's a
4-0.
Chad move right there. You're so confident. You know you've already won. You're playing a team that's clearly inferior to you. You're just chatting it up.
sleep.
It's like we
I
win.
sleep. I sleep. Gladiators win Countdown Cup. Real shit.
Dude. It was like a soccer game when it's like 5-0 with like 1 minute remaining. Like, who cares? You know, like
I would have voted.
You know,
if the quest for breadsticks was available as a storyline, I would have voted for that over the Dragons winning Owl. I know. I'm just saying.
No, he couldn't have nominated it because he hasn't been on the show in 3 years.
Yeah, I haven't been on the show in 3 years. Where I would have nominated that the quest for bread.
Gotta run those keys.
Yeah, the reason I like the Countdown Cup, Gladiators winning the Countdown Cup, was because for the longest time, we've had the Gladiators as this team that's always been punching into the top tier section of the Overwatch League amongst the teams. And it was the first time they took a victory, a win, and it looked like they had so much momentum going into the playoffs themselves. It was like a real defining moment, I think, for a lot of the Gladiators players on that team, and also just the franchise itself, because they'd come close, but they'd fallen short of winning a lot of things throughout their entire history. So it was a nice little, I don't know, you could tell it meant a lot to them, and the fact that it was so hard fought between them and Chengdu made it just even better.
Yeah, I get that. I was really hype. I'll definitely say that. It was super hype. So
okay, this next one is an interesting award, and I don't from this point on, I don't know who is going to be winning any of these. I really don't. But we're going to start with this next award here. We only have 2 more left, I think. And it's the Meme of the Year award. So give me a second.
This is
Bren not understand memes.
Boo, get a new host.
Hey,
where's Golden Boy?
Tough crowd. Welcome to the I've already done that. The 2021 Favorite Meme of the Year award. The nominees are Pre's speech to the Washington Justice, the Atlanta Rain, Bully London, not coming home, Memp, Vancouver's Breadsticks, and finally, Bren and Josh living next to each other and not casting together for the entire season. And the winner of Favorite Meme of the Year goes to the Vancouver Titans Breadsticks.
I voted for 2 here. I voted for Vancouver. I voted for 2 because there were two that just were stand out ahead of the crowd. It was the Vancouver Titans Breadsticks, and it was Bren and Josh in basically the same room, but not the same room. They were just both too good throughout the year. Where this Breadsticks thing was, they stumbled into the best sponsorship campaign that's probably ever happened from an Overwatch League team. And they did it while being one of the worst teams in the league, which is even funnier.
It was such a perfect setup for roasting tweets like that. Like, they just set up to fail.
It wouldn't have been funny if it was like, everybody got a pizza, or everybody, the fact that it was Breadsticks,
and most people didn't even get
funnier. Huh?
Most people didn't even get it. It was only in one particular part of Canada.
I mean, that is even funnier.
Next season, they should do global. If they want to take the Titans brand to the next level, they should do a global campaign for bread.
7 billion breadsticks in reserve, just in case.
They win a map.
I remember doing
Can
it.
you imagine being like a salesperson for Pizza Hut and just showing like your marketing numbers that you managed to pull this deal and just like look at the engagement. Pizza
It's like,
Hut
what was
Canada
that spike
for
there? They're like, oh yeah, we sponsored this shitty owl team who, everybody started to fall in love with over our breadsticks.
See,
They
the
went
thing is,
1 and
though,
something.
that marketer is going to describe that as viral marketing. Try it with another team. They'll win one match at the beginning of a season and it'll all be over. Because the funny thing was that they just kept losing and losing and losing and losing. And unless the Pizza Hut guys were bribing them under the table to throw the games, that was an accident.
Pizza Hut should just sit on the sidelines till mid-season and then just ride with the bench boys. Just pick the lowest people, just be like, hey, we'll sponsor you for the second half of the season. About the breadsticks thing again, we'll
That'd
bring
be
it
a cool
back.
tradition to have. Second half of the season, you get a sponsorship based on which team is doing the worst.
Yeah,
that would be incredible. Yeah,
to make it a grandfathered in thing.
There would be an incentive to throw once you got so far through, because like once you're halfway through the season, you can't make playoffs if you're like 1-7 and your opponents are 1-6 or something. You're throwing that game to get that sponsorship. You got to get bread.
We'll have like a negative impact rating that's just called the Sideshow rating, and it's just how much you've thrown and just butchered plays, and we'll have the all Sideshow team at the end of the year.
We'll get Champier on it. They can sort out.
Yeah, Champier can solve it for us.
All right, it's time for our final award. The final.
Did you guys vote for yourselves or breadsticks?
What do you mean?
I voted for Memp. Honestly,
I voted for myself. I think.
Here's why I voted for Memp though. Breadsticks was an accident. Memp was, well, I guess it was also an accident because Dante mistyped it. But I think Memp will live on. I think in Overwatch 2, if there's a bad EMP, people will still say Memp. Whereas nobody's going to keep saying breadsticks because there won't be
over.
Well, breadsticks is entirely reliant on the brand of Pizza Hut.
But that's why we're doing a 2021 award. Not the Lifetime Meme Award.
I'm writing to some extent the longevity of it as well, the potential for it to live on.
Yeah,
I would love like a local pizzeria to one of these teams. It's not a chain to jump on breadsticks. Like, I don't know. Like,
I actually ordered from a local place and I didn't get breadsticks. I got a pizza that was sliced into the shape of breadsticks, but it was just a cheese pizza that was sliced into breadsticks, long breadsticks. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Pizza should be legal outside of New York and Chicago.
The next award, the final award as well.
In Italy.
Yeah, in Italy. I was going to bring you up.
And Italy.
You're a fucking idiot.
should be legal everywhere else.
The Bren's Player of the Year award.
Yay, Bren.
Next year we should fly out a real host.
I like Bren.
That ninja?
Time for the most important award of the year, the 2021 Bren's Player of the Year. Your nominees: Super, Lip, and finally, the Scientific Community. And the winner of Bren's Player of the Year goes to the Scientific Community.
I woke up Hugo. He was sitting on my lap in the Scientific Community. Got him all excited.
Nice. God, I love the Scientific Community. They've just done so much for us,
Yeah.
I didn't even vote for the Scientific Community. It's my award.
God, there they are. There they are. Scientists.
There they are.
God, what are they doing?
Performing such good work.
They got the. Where's the Bunsen burners at? Where's the Bunsen burners at?
What are we picking up here?
Oh,
this is the
gotta get those. Look like fossils. Those look like fossils.
Swirl it around.
Yeah,
That's the Pfizer. Oh no, that's sorry. That's Johnson & Johnson. The previous one was Pfizer.
Oh. Well,
look at
why
those.
are they doing science in a dark room?
Some fucking big beakers those guys got.
Because it looks
What the hell are they
cool,
putting
all
in
right?
there?
Even
Okay.
scientists want to
Oh.
look cool. Well, no, not all scientists
Dude,
want
the
to
guy
look cool.
looks like an NPC from Half-Life.
He's got my hairline.
Dude, if you told me this is like Half-Life VR, it would be like, oh yeah, sure.
He's just mixing colored
What is
water
that shit, bro?
together.
That's the color. I mean, I'm not a scientist, right? I mean, this person's just doodling. There's no way that means nothing. Like, look
The
at that.
The scientific community has been hard at work. They've been
They
hard
have.
at work over the last couple of years. Well deserved. I didn't personally vote for them. I mean, I gave them the award many weeks for many
Is that
weeks.
Wizard Young?
Is this the person that coded Champria? This is how he did it. He did it on the board with a marker.
With salt and glucose molecules.
He put the code on a petri dish and he started looking at it real
How
close.
long is
This
this
guy's
video?
trying to look for Matt Morello. This guy's trying to look for him. He can't find him anywhere.
Yeah, man,
5 minutes.
I'm not there.
Oh my god.
This is a 5-minute
It's
video
5
of the
minutes
scientific
long.
community.
Yep. 5 minutes
God,
long.
where did
I
you
mean,
find
this just
this?
looks like they took a bunch of Fanta and put it in beakers and said, yeah, play
I hope
around with
Bren
it.
found this.
Sorry, what
one.
did you just say?
The Fanta soda. It looks like they just took a bunch of soda.
Fanta?
Put it in the
Fanta?
beakers. Yeah,
Fanta?
Yeah, isn't that what it's called?
Fanta? What is Fanta?
I don't know. That's how I say it. You got a problem with
But
it?
why wouldn't you say Fanta? Fanta soda. Why would you say Fanta?
Fanta.
I don't know. That's how I said it.
It's got an A.
No one's corrected you on this. Your entire life.
No.
This is, you know, the best thing about Plat Overwatch is we slowly peel away the Matthew Morello lore. We learned that he never used a toaster until like a year ago.
I've only
Never
used it
owned
once.
a toaster until a year ago.
Sure.
He pronounces Fanta as Fonta and also has an encyclopedia-like knowledge of the NBA and its various awards and MVPs.
Yeah.
Just Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran cooking up another UK #1 with some bullshit that he wrote on his guitar.
They're discussing it.
Wow.
If you
Yep.
can lip read, what are they saying right now?
Watermelon,
yeah.
watermelon, watermelon, watermelon.
Yeah, this has got some good shit in it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, we're tritating shit.
Titrating.
Yeah.
This is like a Breaking Bad, right? Didn't
Dude,
he cook
look-
up some shit?
Oh,
Like this?
shit.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at the focus on this guy.
Dude, you got to be careful. Whoa, too much and it will explode.
He hasn't done anything.
Here it comes.
What is he
here it
doing?
comes.
Where's the drop?
Here
There it is.
Oh!
Perfect.
No
Dude, this
reaction.
guy hasn't blinked yet.
Oh,
Test this guy. He's got some stuff.
look, you can
inside
see
him.
he's
Test.
weathered. The wrinkles. That's an aged man.
He's
stressful
he's
job.
weathered.
It's easier to fill during Valiant games in this video.
It's the Half-Life 1 guy again.
He's gonna blow up the facility.
Yeah, dude, this time he's got the fucking OnlyFans red LEDs on.
Yeah. I'm waiting for like you remember the GoldenEye mission
OnlyFans
where you
red
break into the
LEDs,
science factory. I think you rescue Boris, right? Wasn't that GoldenEye? You rescue a guy called Boris. He's a scientist.
By the way, someone tweeted at the Plat Chat podcast account recently last week saying, "What's that weird giggle sound effect you keep playing in the background?" It's just Kurt laughing.
Someone tweeted that at me. I'm like, Kurt. He's like, Kurt, what's the sound that's playing in the background? He laughed.
What?
He thought it was a sound effect that we played of like laughter, like canned laughter.
Yeah, live studio audience.
I am the live studio
Yeah.
audience.
This time he's looking for Jaws.
Let's move on. This has got to end.
I gotta see how that ends. What's the end of the video?
Just more of the same, I think. Yeah,
Overwatch off-season hits different, man.
yeah, it truly
It
does.
really does.
God.
We're talking about the same things we did last week, just in a different format.
Yeah, but it's
It's
fun
really-
because it's a winner.
Don't let the
winner
people know.
Do you know what I really hope as well? I hope that Super and Lip
Idiot.
catch wind that they lost to the scientific community for Bren's Player of the Year.
Mm.
That would
Yeah, if
make my
you're-
day.
If you're about to tune in to twitch.tv/super or mommymilkers.net, whichever URL you choose to use in order
Is
to
it
go
net?
and watch, I think it is.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the URL.
Okay.
I use it frequently. Trust me. Anyway, if you're going there, tell him you missed out on Bren's Player of the Week of the year, and
get him to watch it on stream and see what his reaction is.
Yeah, I'm sure. After he's done swimming out of his piles of money, he'll start to care. Yeah.
What's next, Bren?
He did actually care, because when I was hanging out in his chat and he said, "Hey, Bren, my father told me," he didn't say his father, he said my dad was watching and he said that I was nominated for Bren's Player of the Year award. So I think it did mean quite a bit to him. Dad. And I can't wait for his dad to relay the news.
Super's dad, Bren's Player of the Year. Can we take it away from science?
No. Because we didn't nominate Super's dad. We didn't nominate Mr. Delete. I'm moving on. We're moving on away from the award show now, and it's to something a bit more grounded here. And it's just a little bit of a filler topic. We can all have a little discussion about it if you want to. What do we want to see from Overwatch in 2022? We can talk about hopes and dreams. If you're, an incredibly bitter person like me, you can possibly pray for the downfall of Overwatch in 2022.
What?
Jesus.
It can be anything. It can be a wide range of things.
News about Overwatch 2 would be great.
God, is that where we're setting the bar? That's the lowest.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
So you've set the bar at news about Overwatch 2 after the players are going to play on it.
Look, I'm not asking for much, Matt.
God, I mean, you really are just setting yourself up to be excited. I mean, your expectations are in the dirt, so that no matter what happens, you're going to be excited. The players are going to be playing on the Johnny.
That's a change of
excited,
pace.
For the games to start. Yeah, that's what he's excited.
All right.
What are you excited about, Josh?
I'm not going to say I'm excited. This question is, what do we want? I'm not excited about anything. What do I want is a long, long list. But I'll start with what I think is absolutely necessary, which is a playable beta when Overwatch League starts. If you don't have that and you're just broadcasting Overwatch 2 to the masses and they can't play it, they can't ever get their hands on the game, then they are going to be mad. And I think it's an absolute necessity for Overwatch 2 to survive and flourish and get some goodwill back. And if it's not there, I think that's a massive misstep from the developer side as well. So that's what I want to see. And I mean, the time's ticking. If that was going to be a reality, the time is ticking for any news on that front.
Are we allowed to ask Matt what you want from Overwatch in 2022?
Yeah, just a bag.
Yeah. I want
another
the bag.
NDA to sign.
I need a new suit jacket. I need some, better quality suit jackets and more trips to Breckenridge. No, I think I want just more. I think we haven't had content in so long. And I think anything would make me happy in terms of content for Overwatch.
So what are you waiting on? Get on it.
I mean, I don't make the game.
No, you're in charge of everything.
No, that is not true.
You only do the good parts of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I just want to see something new. And I think 5v5 will be a good switch up for that, right? It'll change the play style and stuff. But I'd like to see more. I think that when Overwatch was, I mean, it's so long ago, we kind of forget, right? When they were releasing heroes and other stuff constantly, it was so fun to just get on and play. And I miss when we would all get on and play together, right? So I kind of want some of that back, where everybody's excited to get back on play, because Overwatch was the one game that even people I knew from other games, everybody played. That I could play with my Call of Duty friends, I could play with you guys, other people. I just want to see that happen again.
I've got another one as well, actually.
Oh, okay.
Before I hear from Bren, which is a wider one too, which is that heading into 2022, it seems like Overwatch League is going to be a major marketing arm of Overwatch 2, because it's where you can go to see the professionals play the game. I want to see Overwatch invest into Overwatch League as if it's a big marketing tool. Doesn't matter if they lose money on it this year. I think it's really important that you drive viewership and attention to your new game that's coming out via Overwatch League, because it's where you can go and see the players playing it at its best. So if you have a completely open beta, then that becomes less important. If you had a beta where it dropped keys, or no beta, which both seem possible at this point, then it becomes of utmost importance that they treat Overwatch League like a marketing tool, which has never been done before, really. In Overwatch, they haven't tried to. It's always been like an ancillary product that's tried to be its own thing. But I'd like to see the investment that warrants the marketing power that it has for next year.
Yeah, no, I agree with those points. I agree with a lot of it. For me, it's what I mean. I reiterate what all of you have said, but because they're all really good points. But the key difference, I think, for a multiplayer game in 2020 and onwards, I guess we're in 2022 now, not 2020. But the key difference is,
You missed a year.
Yeah, he missed it. He just didn't even acknowledge 2021.
2021.
He's like, oh, yeah, the big difference.
2020, I'm willing to forget. 2021 was, I went a little bit back up. You know, life was starting to get back on track. But every multiplayer game, I've said this on the podcast as well multiple times. Every successful game that you can think of currently that has flourishing communities and player bases, and also esports scenes attached to it that you can criticize and whatever, but at the same point, they still, you know, are existing and whatnot. Is games live? I think it's called live service games.
Live service.
Live service games, which is essentially what all it means is it's the same thing that Halo's done basically, and it's the same thing that Valorant does, same thing that Fortnite does. The game, the multiplayer of it is free to play, and it is getting regular updates. And if you want to buy the campaign, you can. I would fucking love if Overwatch moved over to like the Halo Infinite model that just came out, where Halo has the campaign you can pay $60 for separately, and then the multiplayer is free. All updates free for it, everything coming out for it. It's going to be regularly updated. That would be immense for the game. Unbelievably good. Because you could... You have you're not going to be running at risk of what we've basically had, which is a game that's been on its last legs for 2 years now. And it's necessary. You need it, I think, for any sort of game. If you want it to be a staple amongst the other games that people are playing, if you want people to spend time on your game, it needs to be the case, because you're going to get out-competed. There's going to be games that are bringing out updates every single month. So I want to see that.
I mean, look at how big Halo made a comeback just off of that.
Yep.
And if
Exactly.
you play Halo, I mean, I know Brennan and I have. Johnny doesn't, because he just doesn't like video games, and Josh, I think, tried it a little bit.
Fuck video games.
There's like not even that many maps in Halo. Like
No.
it's not as like deep of a game as like an Overwatch or like Valorant is, but just the fact that the game is out, you can play it on Xbox, you can play it on PC with Game Pass, you play it on your phone if you fucking wanted to. You can play it in so many different ways. There's going to be constant updates for Halo as far as we know, right? And I think that excites people to get invested in it. Yeah, I think that would be sweet. I think all I think what I can sum up, I think is like all I want is to I sit here and I play like WoW a ton, and I mostly do it because I'm like, man, I have nothing else to play. But I wish I could just be like, yeah, I'm going to turn on Overwatch because there's a ton of new cool shit.
Yeah, I just think if they do that as well, if that's a model that they move towards, because everyone else in the industry has already moved to it, it just makes the most sense to me in my head. It needs to be, it can't just be Overwatch 1 getting the updates on the multiplayer side. I think you just need to bite the bullet, I suppose, and just essentially do what Halo did, which is they released the multiplayer first and then the campaign later. Do that in some way or form for Overwatch 2, and just get people talking about it, get people playing the game, and just build it up. Because there's been a lot of goodwill that's been lost, and something like actually people being able to get their hands on the game in 2022, like you all mentioned, like actually having some sort of playable beta would be, I mean, it would immediately set things on the right track, which is what we all want, I think, right now.
So
I think any type of good news would set things on the right track.
Yeah, especially after getting pulled around by the content creators getting information and they've just been teasing it.
Josh was there, but he wouldn't tell us. He looks like he's about to fall asleep.
No, I'm not about to fall. Well, actually, I mean, it is.
What time is it
10
there?
But it's not
10?
particularly
Whoa,
late.
that's past your bedtime.
It is past my bedtime at the moment.
Yeah.
I want to before we move on, I want to add tournament systems. I always say this shit, and I've said it so many times, but while we're being serious, I want to see tournament systems. The devs have like openly said that like golden guns were like a mistake, and like so you can't really play for them. They're like, no one gets excited about them. People just think ranked is shit because honestly, it's not super enjoyable to like queue into a game, and people are like sad about playing, and they're like, you lose 2 team fights and then you're demotivated about playing the game, and it's just like a bad vibe. People are upset about the state of the game, no content. And then, there's some people who just likes to play quick play, I suppose, or like mess around in the arcade. But like the community as a whole, they need something to rally around. They need a game system or something to rally around that means more to the players, and they can actually like go around in like Discord servers or like talk to people in like the Battle.net chat and be like, try to rally together, create like a team, compete for all kinds of different stuff, proper competition the way Overwatch is meant to be played. Because as it stands, like the current game modes, they just like don't get anyone excited, and people don't like the current experience. And I feel like the experimental card tournament really showed, as like Super said in his clip, like it really gets the people going, like it really gets the player base excited, and people start talking about it, and it just rallies the community, just like Halo did, like the way you guys mentioned. So I think tournament systems could be immense for the game itself, and really have us usher in a new golden age of Overwatch. But we need to get there. So tournament systems, please, for the love of God, I'd love to see it.
I even think, oddly enough, I mean, this is like a completely different rant. Like, I actually think, like Overwatch and even League of Legends. I mean, if you play League of Legends solo, you can maybe last 1 or 2 games, unless you're Bren and you just have an ironclad mental to just send it down over and over. But like,
True.
Overwatch and League of Legends are both significantly better with like a team of like a full team. Like when you play a game of League of Legends with all your friends, like you can just throw
100%.
your heart's content. You can do it in Overwatch as well. Like I actually think one of the harder parts of Overwatch was like actually finding 5 other people who could be on at the same time, where like a team of 5 is a little bit easier to put together than a team of 6.
Before we move on, Brett,
sorry, that's all I was going to say.
What are things you fancy? Because you want to move it away from.
No, I want to add something to it.
Okay. Right.
I wanted to add something to it, which was there needs to be some sort of streamer mode for the game. If you're bad at the game like me, I've never had worse gaming experiences than when we stacked, which makes it easier for people to snipe you, and also being bad at the game to such an elo where people know exactly what to snipe. You know what I mean? Because there's the gulf in skill between like mid diamond and GM players is enormous. Like one GM player can carry a game to an extent in Overwatch as well, even though it doesn't seem like the case. But when you're getting sniped by stacks of people, it sucks. There needs to be tools in the game to every multiplayer game has it, where they have mechanisms that you can hide queue time and hide your name in game and other aspects that make it harder to snipe into content creators. Yeah, it's really only a problem if you're bad at the game like me and stream it.
Or there could just be more players. That would also help, so that it's much less likely that you queue into. I mean, it's so easy to queue snipe at the moment because nobody is really. Yeah, I mean, like if there's like 1 6 stack that looks within that 5-minute window, and they're gonna get you. So yeah, I mean, you're like guaranteed to run into them because nobody's really playing the game on.
There's
PC
not really an incentive to stack.
At that time.
Yeah, I mean, with that many people.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's a lot, I think, that needs to be done this year, and I'm just hopeful that they realize the issues. Like they're humble enough to realize that there are major problems with the game as it is. That's the first step, I think, just recognizing that there are these problems. Hopefully, I mean, that's been done years ago at this point because you already have had to realize the problem to work on solutions, and then have put enough resources into this launch to make it what it could be, right? Like it can't just be Overwatch 2 and boom, you release it and it doesn't have any of this supporting element to it as well that we're talking about. It needs the beta and the marketing and the tournament system or whatever to incentivize people to play the game in the way that you want it to be played. So I just hope that they are willing to put that level of resources into Overwatch because it does have the potential as a IP.
God, I'm really just getting heated now about tournament modes. Fuck this segment, man. The brain's just going. Oh my God. Please.
First time your brain's gone all episode.
Oh.
All right, final topic of the episode. It is, I know I said we were done with awards, but we do have one more award, and it's Bren's Player of the Week. We have to do it.
What? We did Brent's Player of the Year just now.
We just did Brent's Player of the Year, but we're doing Brent's Player of the Week as well. For this one here.
Well, it's a new year.
Face palming. It's a new year. It's the first
It's
week.
the first.
Are you gonna
Yeah, it's
skip
the
it?
first. It's the first Brent's
Yeah.
player
Of
the week of the year.
No, of the just of the week. It's the first
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 one of
episode of the new
2022.
year.
Yeah,
of
we gotta start off
2020.
strong.
Two.
Bren,
Brent's
what do you
player
got?
of the week
So-
of the first of the year.
Yeah. What? You saying?
Who is it?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really think of one, so I'm gonna have to come up with one like right now. I think.
We can wait.
Search
It's
the
fine.
memory banks. Anyone, mate?
I'm going to give it to my Discord community and also Drew as well for helping me troubleshoot my internet problems because I was having these weird issues and we troubleshooted it and they got it fixed. So thank you very much, Drew and the rest of my Discord community.
Not a player.
For helping out. Not a player.
This
Sorry.
isn't your
do you
personal,
see any notable events that are occurring in the most recent of months
I'll
that
find
involve
one.
players?
I mean,
Huh?
actually, there was one recently. There was like a Middle Eastern tournament or something. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I watched it, but there was some like Middle Eastern tournament that had a couple of Overwatch
Get Amazed
League
coach, right?
What's right?
I think it was Get Amazed.
you want me to-
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch it. I'm not going to lie and say I watched it. I'm not going to lie and pick a player.
Well, there's also like I think it had like 3K viewers or something, so it's not like many people were watching it.
Okay, well, I'm going to stick with mine because it's Bren's Player of the Week and not Josh's and Matt's Player of the Week or
right.
the community's Player of the Week. It's my
Fair
Player of the
enough.
Week. And that you have been getting a little bit too ahead of yourself when it comes to this award because every time I'm not on the episodes, you tell everybody I've consulted with Bren and I've got I've picked out the award winner. And every time I'm left surprised because you didn't consult me every single
Well,
time.
partly because if I do consult you, come out with bollocks like this. So
Yeah, bollocks like this, mate. Listen, just give me something over like a tournament. Give me something where Pelican can shine, or like a tournament. I don't. Give me something.
no,
I went
And
to the
then
competitive Overwatch
everybody-
subreddit to see the top post of the past week. There's like 30 posts in 1 week.
Yes,
And
it's
2 are
dead.
us.
It's
I mean,
dead.
but also, Bren, everyone knows that Overwatch League fans are like bears. They enjoy hibernating over the winter, and so they must all sleep for 6 months during the year, and then they
Yes.
wake up and they're ready to watch esports again.
We should
This
get
is a
Player of the
proven
Week.
model.
We should what?
Yeah, it's either like us or Yiska. Like we're really the ones like keeping it alive. Like Yiska's doing his like top players of the week or top players of the Overwatch. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, why
Yeah, I
weren't we?
appreciate
Why
that.
weren't we up for the Bren's Player of the Year award?
Is,
Matt,
is Yiska
you-
like a crypto millionaire? Why is he still writing about Overwatch?
Every
Like, I
time
don't
we
get
talk
how
about
messed
something,
it work.
every time we bring up the run a show and it's got something related to us speculating about the future, you're like, I don't know if I can be on this episode, guys. I know.
Yeah, so just give it to Bren, Sideshow, reinforce a vast.
Yeah, says the person who didn't show up for like the whole
No,
year.
Kurt is the obvious Bren Player of the Week.
Bren's like, oh yeah, Matt sits out a few episodes, haha. But,
Yeah, but
Bren,
for-
Bren
but mine-
goes on a spiritual journey the whole year. He's out there.
Mine was
he's just living in the garage. Just
Mine was reasonable. Mine was
together.
mine was fixing my mental health. Yours is just you're just trying to not, you're trying to just rise the corporate ladder. Whose goals are more worthwhile at the end of the day?
Yeah, I get paid when I'm here.
Yeah, I
I
think
get
mine
to do the
actually,
show.
personally.
You have a picture of me on your wall, Matt. Never realized that before. Got a picture of
What?
me with my splint on.
Oh
I
yeah,
broke-
Oh, yeah.
Punch Kid.
Also, that Ash picture is so misaligned. I mean, that is annoying me. And I'm not even
Yeah.
in the room.
I haven't had a chance to fix it. It's been
What do you
about
mean by what
been a
misaligned?
few
What?
months.
It's askew. It's not lined up with the other picture or the wall or
Well,
anything.
I'm fucking busy. All right.
I'm ending this episode. I'm ending it.
I don't talk about the little weird railings on your bed behind you.
Yeah, they are pretty
What kind of
weird.
bed is that?
That's just a headboard, mate.
God,
The
the
background
off-season
color
is-
of your wall really is something else, man.
Yeah, it's well.
What is that
known. We've
canvas
seen it
picture
before.
of?
It's of Whitby.
Who?
It's,
With who? With me.
The off season is truly riveting, gents. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm fucking bored. So thanks for watching, everybody. Plat Chat Overwatch, episode 119, the award show episode for 2021. And yeah, that's going to put a cap on everything as well. Follow our Twitter, Plat Chat Podcast. You can see it down there. Make sure you write a comment as well of who you thought was the best dressed for the award show. And let us know what you think as well. Yeah, we'll catch you next time. Subscribe to the YouTube, press the notification. There's Josh. And yeah, bye-bye.